Say something, Alex.
All right, so Chris, let's talk about McSteed. Why McSteed? Why did you make a YouTube channel, and how did this all come together?
Well, I wanted to do a YouTube channel for just all the crap that swims around in my head all the time, because like I have ideas for cartoons like Factions. Factions was actually the main drive for it. But I wanted to be able to just have a channel where every random silly idea I come up with can go on there, as opposed to making this one focused thing where I just decide, okay, I'm going to make Factions for the rest of my life, and I get too bored making the same thing over and over. So that's why I didn't make the Factions YouTube channel, and made McSteed instead.
Okay, and now that we're on Factions, are there more episodes of Factions come in?
Yeah, I'm working on a release schedule that's more realistic. Originally, I wanted to have them come out every week, or just about every week, but I think it's more realistic in order to keep the quality up to be able to, like maybe every month release 4 of them, or every other month release 4 of them. That way I could have time to write the stories and build sets and all that stuff before I get going. And then make sure that I have one to release every week at the start of whatever month that is. And then hopefully have other stuff in between, like the live action stuff. And premies, I like the premies, but no one watches them, so.
Okay, so talk about your design process. What makes you, like, how do you design it and all that stuff?
Well, the design for the characters started just as a sketch in a meeting one time, but for the designs of like the props, the guns, all that kind of stuff, like the whole thing with Factions, I wanted it to be like what I remember watching when I was a kid, like where the characters shoot at each other, they tell jokes that might not be sensitive to everybody, stuff like that. That like, you know, we all come from TV. We worked at Nickelodeon together, and Nickelodeon doesn't let you do anything. You can't have fire anywhere near a character unless it's some weird color, and all that kind of stuff. That it drove me nuts. And for the designs being like when I was a kid, like I never looked up reference for things. So if I wanted to draw a machine gun, I would just draw a machine gun. It was just however it looked to my head. So I do look at reference. Like I started working on a helicopter for one short, and what I did, I just looked at a bunch of pictures of helicopters, and then I put them away and never looked at them again, and just started making a helicopter. So I took that for my memory.
Okay.
I did the same thing. I'm designing a bank vault right now, and I looked at a bunch of pictures and then just don't look at them again and just start drawing, or in a lot of cases just start building. I don't even do drawings leading up to that. And like the machine gun that was in the original trailer I did, I thought, okay, well, what does an AK-47 look like? And I just started building something, and what I built looks nothing like an AK-47.
Yeah.
But you know, it was just what my head held of what a machine gun is.
Yeah, it's kind of something like I like to do. I like to build things straight out from my head. And so you talked about Nickelodeon, how we all have different experience in TV. How is this experience with Factions and building it, how different is it from the TV experience you've had before?
Well, one of the things that we have to do in TV when we build a set, we have to, because we have a limited number of set builds that we can do, we have to build it to work for everything and work from every direction. And I don't do that at all. I typically plan out the shot and then build the set afterwards instead of months before like we do in TV. So like I will place the camera, figure out what shots I'm going to use, and then build exactly what the camera sees. That way I'm spending as little time as possible building a set. Maybe down the road that's going to kill me, but you know, they do that in live action all the time, where this is the set you have, you don't get to use anymore. there are some things that are similar. Like when I decide on a release date for a short, I'm typically saying that's the release date. And if there's things that I still want to fix, I just don't. I mean, there's stuff in every short that I've made where I want things to be a little bit different, and I live with it. I mean, there's compositing errors in the acronym is MAN, but I still don't know why the AO pass doesn't line up. The animation in the last one I did, the incident, it could be better, but you know, at one point I have to just hit render and be done, because I know come Sunday night at 10 o'clock, hopefully that rendering's done, because I start doing sound effects and stuff like that, all just with whatever laying around my room, like I'm trying to think, like I have a toy plane over there somewhere that whenever the chief moves in his chair, I twist it so it makes the sound of the creak of his chair. And originally I had a guy named Jamie Scott, who's an awesome sound designer, doing the sounds, but he was doing it for free. He's awesome for doing that, but I just don't, like, I'm finishing these things way too close to the end to, like, you know, just dump it on him on a Sunday night and go, hey dude, can you finish this in an hour? But the first two shorts, the acronym is MAN, and which one is it? Input incorrect, the one with the computer. Those were done by him, and I personally can tell how much better they are. But that being said, I'm still pretty happy with the sound design I've done, and I got a cheap sound library off of eBay that I'm using, but I'm doing more and more Foley type stuff, because just anything I have laying around will make some sort of noise. There goes your list.